Hello dragonlings, welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know, my name is Sky and I typically write paranormal romance under the name SD Hegyes. My first 2020 release, Damned and Desolate, is available on ebook through Amazon, and if you are a Kindle Unlimited subscriber, you can read it for free. Today's video is one that I stole from Great Fry, who stole it from Kevlandia, who was tagged by Lindsay Puckett. It is not a tag per se, but I thought it would be a lot of fun to try, and that is the Farfetched Author's Goal video. Let me jump right in and tell you all about some of the far-fetched goals that I have for my author career. One of the first goals that I have is actually tied in with my publishing company, Brimstone Books. It is the idea that I have a virtual assistant or VA, a cover artist, and an editor all on payroll, so I can just tell them what I need and they get it back to me versus being put on a wait list, which can have its ups and downs, especially when I get to the point where I'm starting to write fast again and get my work out as quickly as I would like. The other thing that would be really cool and also revolves around Brimstone Books is having company insurance very similar to the way some of these bigger businesses do. I don't know if any of you guys have looked into it, but health insurance when you are a independent business or a entrepreneur is decent but not great. And I know there's a bunch of bigger name companies that get all of these business deals on health insurance. And I'm not gonna lie, I want that for my company. So that's also a goal. And it would also be really cool just to be able to send out W-2s to be like, it will make me feel like a legit business, basically. The second far-fetched author goal is to have one of my books or series turned into a mini or limited series. Back when I was my kids' age, they used to be called mini series, and now with all the streaming services, they seem to be calling them limited series instead. What it is a shorter condensed series that doesn't have multiple seasons. It just has 1 or 2 seasons. And I don't mean because they were canceled, it was planned that way. They are shorter and more condensed, and I feel like my books would be really good for that because you don't have to shove everything into a shorter condensed movie, but I also don't think that there is enough content in my books to warrant a really long series as well. The third far-fetched author goal is that I would love to have some commissioned artwork and posters. As you can see, I have poster boards hanging out behind me. The blue one is my Kanban board currently, while the other 2 are plotting boards. However, if you've ever watched a video from Chris Fox, who I will link down in the description below, he has his book covers without the typography, it's just the artwork, in picture frames hanging on the wall behind him. And I'm not gonna lie, one of my favorite things that I think would be really cool is to have something kind of like that, but hung up without the frames and have a whole wall of it. I would like a wall of book covers without the typography. I think that would be amazing, especially like to film in front. The fourth far-fetched author goal is to have my books in libraries. It is currently possible to have an indie book inside a library. It just takes a lot of work, and it's a lot harder to get your books into school libraries. Back when I was going to high school, the high school librarian could only order books out of a catalog they were sent every year. I don't remember if it was just once a year or a couple times a year or once every quarter. I can't remember, but they could only order books for the library out of that catalog. And I think it would be really cool to have some of my books in a school library. Not gonna lie. I don't write for children, so I don't want them in elementary schools, but I think my books are appropriate for high schoolers, definitely, and possibly even middle schoolers, especially when I compare some of the stuff that I write to what I used to read and find in my middle school and high school libraries. The fifth far-fetched author goal I have is to have Pop Funkos made of my characters. I love Pop Funkos. I think they are super cute. I currently have a Cthulhu. I have a whole collection of Harley Quinns. Some of them are Pop Funkos, some of them are something else. But I think they are super duper adorable, and I would love to have a whole bookshelf full of nothing but Pop Funko characters from my books. I think that would be amazing. I have seen where people had custom Pop Funkos made of their characters, and I'm just like, I want that. Number 6 on my far-fetched author goals is to host a writing retreat. I think writing retreats are amazing. There was recently a virtual writing retreat that Tamara Woods, Carol Brown, Dana Gollin, and Cache Warren hosted on YouTube. Again, I will link that in the description below. And it was really cool, but it's not the same as having a in-person writing retreat. And I would love just to get a small cabin in the middle of nowhere and get a small group of people, maybe 5 to 10 other writers and author tubers, and we just get together, we hang out, we do writing sprints and chat and just have a good old time. I think that would be amazing. I don't know about you guys. What are your thoughts? My 7th far-fetched author goal is to be on a 20 books panel. For those who don't know, I am in a Facebook group called 20 Books to 50K. The idea was created by Michael Angele, who estimated based on book sales he'd already had, as well as other things he had going on in his life, that he would need to publish 20 books and market them in order to make $50,000 a year. And it is a group for indie authors who need advice on marketing strategies as well as publication help. I have been in this group for a couple of years, and in 2018 I was able to go to Vegas for the conference that they held called 20 Books Vegas, and it was an amazing experience. And I would love to be one of the panelists that talks about what I have learned and in hopes that it helps people on their own journey. I would love to be able to share the skills and knowledge I have learned from them and tweaked to my own personal ways of doing things, and share that knowledge with others who might be struggling the way I seem to. My 8th far-fetched author goal is to have fan art made. I really like it when I see authors share on their website any fan art that was sent to them, whether it was emailed to them, messaged to them through social media, or a long time ago when everything was sent by mail. There was one author I used to follow religiously, whose name I cannot remember anymore, that used to share a bunch of fan art that she got in the mail on her social media. This was back when MySpace existed, and she was sharing fan art that was sent to her by mail at least once a week, if not a couple of times a week. I think it would be amazing if fan art was done of my characters, because that means someone out there loved my characters enough to draw them, and that is mind-blowing. My 9th far-fetched author goal is to attend larger conventions. And again, earlier in my publishing career, I went to a bunch of local conventions and craft fairs to do marketing and sell my books. But I would love to be able to go to like Dragon Con as an author, not a guest. BookCon, again, as an author, not a attendee. I would love to be able to do author signings at all of these events. And the major convention I would love to go to, like this is big time author goals, I would love to be invited to San Diego Comic-Con as an author. I think that would be amazing. Come on, tell me you don't want to go to San Diego Comic-Con. It's one of the biggest conventions in the world. I want to go. Can I just go? Please? My 10th far-fetched author goal is that I would like to be able to travel, and I don't mean just to conventions, but for like, just for fun, just because I can, whether it's for research or just because I can. I think it would be amazing to make enough money that I can just look at the bank account one day and be like, huh, okay, hey Justin, wanna go this place? And be able to just book an airplane or leave the next day just to go wherever we wanted to go. I want to travel, not necessarily by plane. I would like to drive. I think that would be so much fun, and that was one of the reasons I love writing, is that I can do it anywhere in the world, any place, anytime. And I think it would be awesome to take that and just go. Do things and experience life and have some fun and still be able to work, basically. I just think it would be awesome. Maybe that's just me. Let me know what you think. All right, I had 10 far-fetched author goals, but I do actually have a bonus one that I wanted to add in. This is something I'm kind of sort of already doing, but I still think I should add it because the way I'm doing it is not working out the way most people do, if that makes any sense. And I really can't go further than that in describing it. And that is co-authoring a project, whether it be a novel or a novella or actually a series. I would love to be able to work with another author, whether in an already established world or in a brand new world where we're both writing characters in the same world who maybe have cameos, or even working on the same book together. I've always been the kind of person that is very bad at group projects, so I think this is really difficult for me, but that's actually one of the reasons I think it would be really fun, is because I would have to force my own creativity that's like, no, we shouldn't do it this way, to actually comply and work out with the other person, be like, okay, I can see where you're coming from, and this is a great idea, let's go with it. So there you have it. That's all the goals that I would love to achieve sometime in my life. Whether they happen or not, I don't know. It would be amazing. They are far-fetched goals for that reason, because there's a possibility that may or may not happen, but that's what makes it so much fun. What are some of your far-fetched author goals? Let me know down in the comments below, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye, dragonlings.